back to the smart Alexes, this issue of COVID-19, only science, eh? Let's listen to science. Sister White says in Ministry of Healing that the principles of health is New Start principles. There is no other medication greater than them for prevention of diseases. And you and me, I don't know whether we do exercise. Do we? Do we exercise? We're still eating flesh, meat. A lot of us Adventists. It was so strange. When I was at CBU at my forum, we were so crude. We were into vegetarianism. I was also one of the chief of the monks there. I was heading a Bible study band at the campus. So I remember, you find a lady cooking chicken or frying chicken. You would tell her you are cooking sin. We were very zealous. My brother was saying you went beyond the kingdom of grace. We were very zealous. But I have this platform, so we've regrouped all those chief monks and all that. On that platform we regrouped. So we were discussing the other day, how many of us are still vegetarians? Almost none. And I was amazed. I'm not boasting because I've remained one for a long, long time. In fact, when I started vegetarianism, I was just following Dad. Because there was that thing of, it will be very heavy. So when that started, it was reform. You can imagine, I went through Eucharist. Eucharist 3 years at boarding. Every time they had flesh, I would do tonyela sugar with nshima. So somebody's telling me, no, everybody has stopped flesh. Now, there's this discussion we always have with my wife, but she's become very strong. She's reading Desire of Ages better than myself. I've been reading Great Controversy, slowing down a little bit, but I'm very advanced. I know she's been reading, and I always give her this case. I say, if Ellen G. White was wrong, let's throw her books and have nothing to do with it. But if what she says makes sense, then it's God speaking to us through a prophet. Then we better listen. But I think we've been cherry picking. There are certain things that we love about her, isn't it? When she talks about maybe stewardship, the pastors are very good with that, and I'm not blaming them. They'll pick it. But let's go to meat eating. I remember eating at a table with a pastor who I used to love, because I remember when he was a literature evangelist, he was a big health reformer. So we would visit him, actually. That's the place where I actually encountered soybean parties. It was the first experience I had of soya, and I liked them. He used to be a strict, so when he was eating in a letter, I found him, and he says, Luwile, in Lozi, ata lunawontu luwile. There is something that we have probably ignored as God's children. So there were smart Alexes, smart scientists, who are saying things that we now believe, and ignoring the third grader, isn't it? The third grade. But you and me should just go and read inspiration. Do you think a third grader can write what she wrote? With all your education, I know that all of us are educated here with various degrees in whatever. You go and read Sister White. You think when you are reading that pen of inspiration, you will meet a mere mind? I doubt so. That's a great mind. That's the mind of the Spirit. Those testimonies are profound. So either we go back to them, counsels on diets and food, counsels on what? So 120 years, Noah is preaching. How was he preaching? He was building an ark for 120. I mean, he would have built that ark for 2 years. I want to believe that there was something that the Lord was using the building of that ark. He was using the building of that ark to preach a message. And I want to ask a question here that is profound. What is it that we are building in our lives here that is going to control or to create a moral consciousness for the end times? Is it the church? I know there are so many churches. Maybe not the church. Is it the moral being, our behavior? This is how I want to connect it to the witnessing. Did it make sense? 120 years you are still building? So whoever came, there is a big project there. Have you heard of Noah? Isn't it? Have you heard? There's this man called Noah. Just go and listen to him. When you go there where he's building, he's also preaching, isn't it? What is he preaching? He says, no, but the Lord has told me there's going to be the end, an end coming. There is an end of all things coming. So I'm building this ark. Turn from your wicked ways. It was a message of repentance then, just as it is a message of what? Repentance now. So what is it in our lives are we building? Are we building characters? You know, the want of our world today is men who cannot be bought or sold, men whose in their inmost souls are true and honest, who are unafraid to call sin by its name, men who will not faint from duty, just as the needle is to the poor, men who stand for the truth, though the heavens fall. Are we building that character? You know, where I'm doing a bit of farming, I inherited people there, some Adventist, some non-Adventist. But I understood that I was on a mission. So those who are non-Adventist, we've baptized too. For 3 years. Are we building for eternity? Is it? So what must we be doing as an Adventist? Is the character of things that we do supposed to show any marked difference? I know that in the COVID, of course, we are all listening to the scientists, and I don't really want to come against that, but I have my own beliefs now than ever. I have my own beliefs that maybe this vaccine is not even the correct thing. We were given a medical missionary. Is God going to save with this method of just talking about onions, garlic, chili, just ginger? How many of us got off the bed of COVID because of those things? Many of us, isn't it? Simple. I can even give you the recipe here. Just go chop your grapefruit, that one which looks like a fake orange, the bitter one. Chop it, boil it together with 3 cloves of garlic and put some chili. You have the best penicillin or whatever it is. Antiviral. Drink moringa. I went to a place where it was just flooded with people coughing with that delta. And we kept on drinking the moringa. We kept on drinking those things, the gingers, and doing exercise in the morning. If you come to where we stay, we have a small mountain. You know, my daughter does 12 kilometers in the morning. That's a very big feat. Mountain. She does about 10 rounds, which is about 12 kilometers. And we have seen people coming, and I've been praying to the Lord to say, I think we need to develop some missionary work with these people. And I've already begun to talk to them about our health message. And I'm preparing to go and buy those Ministry of Healing, because somehow I'm the superstar. When they see me climb on the mountain, this energetic fellow and they're saying, can this happen? You come to where we live, you see how tough that mountain is. It has taken us 3 years to get used to it. It's a tough mountain. But you see, we are creating some rapport because I think we have a health message. Then you start. There's exercise there. There's nutrition there. There is also what? Trust in God's power. There's also what there? Water. You know, water, I don't know why we don't like things that are, there's a man who used to come home. He would only drink water when it's colored. You know what I mean? Some of us get to that level, eh? When we are thirsty, we have to put juice. Isn't it? You don't even have to feel thirsty to drink water. You must just be on the program of water. Because it flushes out all these things. You know, your chest, that mucous system that is in, it's not there to fight you and kill you. No, it's to fight infections. It's God's minister. After all, it's produced by your body. So all you do is aid it. Aid it by what? Drink more water. Then it becomes moist, isn't it? And then it becomes moist, some of those, holes in the chest open up. Then it filters there. I was told that somebody was being taught how to blow a balloon at Levi Mwanawasa because their chest cavity had lost so much power. You have to teach them how to breathe by blowing. You can do that by exercise. Very early in the morning.